I'm Sue, and welcome to my podcast. Today I'd like to talk about Christmas and loved ones. Now, when I was a social worker, this was a term that I really detested, that people would use the term loved ones for a person's partner or their adult children, anyone that was associated with them. They would make an assumption that these were people who were loved ones to the person they were dealing with. Now, I know for all of us, we only show that side of us that we want to when we're dealing with people in our lives. Nobody fully knows the extent to which we are affected by people who maybe are not our loved ones, but we have to live with them for various reasons, or have them in our lives for various reasons. Coming up to Christmas, I'm very, very aware that it can be a sad time for people as well. It's not always a happy time, and I think we need to be aware of that when we're with other people and making those assumptions perhaps. For me, I've always enjoyed Christmas. I had 3 children and I have 6 grandchildren, and luckily we are going to be having my children and my grandchildren stay with us for Christmas, and that's going to be a joy for me. But in amongst that joy there is also a sadness because we lost my eldest son on the 4th of October 2020 unexpectedly, and that was so hard. And that was quickly followed by my diagnosis on the 15th of December 2020. So in 2 days' time I celebrate, if that's the right word, and it probably isn't, the anniversary of my being told that I have this condition called Parkinson's. So 2020 was a difficult year all round. On top of that, we had COVID things and lockdowns and lots of stress about health and wellness. But at least for me and my family, in the main, we had people to support us. So yeah, this message is just about Christmas. It can be a difficult time. And if you know somebody who's having a difficult time, see if they will let you reach out to them and maybe ease that burden a little bit along the way. I have found that since I was diagnosed, that there is an increased importance for me to spend Christmas and any other time that I have with people that I love and who love me. I am fortunate that I have got 2 more children that care for me and are there for me when they can amongst their busy lives. Not everyone has that, and I'm acutely aware of that. So yes, it's been 4 years since I was diagnosed, and a heck of a lot has happened in that time. It hit me like I can't really find words to say. It just hit me so hard, even though I had a real feeling that I did have Parkinson's. When the neurologist looks at you and says, I have to say that you do have Parkinson's. And my response was, is there any doubt? And he said, no doubt whatsoever. And that was hard. That was so hard. But from that, I made some decisions that I'm very happy that I made. I made decisions to consciously try to spend more time with people that I love, to care for myself and do things that I could to help me with this diagnosis. Now, for the last 2 years, I haven't been able to do anything much physical in the way of exercises, but I'm able to do brain training exercises on my computer, and things like my blog help me to focus and help me to get out of me the things that I'm feeling so that they don't get bottled up. I also hope that by sharing my story, by being open and honest in my blog and now in my podcast, that I can help other people who may be feeling the same and may be feeling alone. This is a difficult road that we walk, and I feel that I need to reach out to people to hopefully help them as it has helped me. I often say that my blog saved my life. I wouldn't have known what to do with all these complicated feelings, these things that I had trouble expressing on a day-to-day basis. But when I sit in front of my computer and start to write, it all comes tumbling out in words on the screen. I would really recommend that other people look at doing things like having a notebook or a journal or a blog, even if it goes nowhere, just somewhere where you can send your thoughts and feelings and find a way to work through them. I also thought I would try these podcasts to again reach out to people. Now, I do have a little bit of a background in broadcasting from many years ago, but I'm very rusty, and I'm trying to reclaim that bit of me that was for a short time in the broadcasting world. What I've decided in these podcasts is that I'm not going to over-edit them. I'm not going to worry about the ums and the ahs and the silences unless they're too big and gaping a hole. Because in reality, we do we do we do pause, we do struggle for words, and that's the reality of life. If I over-edit this podcast, I am taking away the thoughts and the feelings that I had at the time, and maybe sanitizing them, taking out words that I don't like, taking out sections where perhaps my voice is a bit gravelly as it is at the moment. But I'm choosing not to do that in the main. I am choosing to be real, to to fluff the words that I thought I was going to use, because that's the reality of life when we're talking to each other, that we don't have somebody editing our speech when we're communicating with each other. So this has been Sue for Parkies and me, my journey with Parkinson's. Kia kaha, be brave, be strong, be you.